Welcome back to ALPB Roundup. I'm Ryan, back with another daily roundup ahead of Saturday night's games. I'll be in York tonight. I'm plenty excited. If you're following me on Twitter, I am so sorry for just the ranting and raving about how hype I am to be back at a game. It's been a few weeks. Anyway, I will back off of that because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to last night's action. The Barnstormers entered Game 1 of their series on Long Island, tied with the Blue Crabs for the division lead. They put Niall Ball on the bump to face the Ducks' Scott Harkin. The Ducks hopped out early in the second with a Hector Sanchez RBI single and a Daniel Fields 2-run home run. And that would be more than enough because the Ducks pitching showed out. Scott Harkin is dealing. Don't look now, but 5 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits and a walk, striking out 3. He'll grab the ALPB Roundup game ball on the season, though. He's now 4-0 with a 2.05 ERA. He might be getting a little lucky with a FIP above 4, but his whip is at exactly 1 in his first 22 innings in the league. Scott Harkin looking like a really great pickup by the Long Island Ducks. Long Island's offense and bullpen finished the job thoroughly, and the Ducks beat the Barnstormers 9-1. Daniel Fields, he went 2 for 3 with a home run for the Barnstormers. Caleb Gindel homered in the ninth to prevent the shutout, as Diaza goes 3 for 4 as well. Niall Ball went 6 innings for Lancaster, allowing 5 runs on 5 hits, striking out 4. Tyler Laporte came in. Tyler Laporte, by the way, he comes in for 1 batter, gets 1 out, throws 7 pitches, 6 of them were fastballs, and all 6 were the fastest pitches of the game. So, big Nuke LaLoosh energy. I want to announce my presence with authority. Well, you did. Good job, Tyler Laporte. Tough break on the loss, but you look good, kid. Southern Maryland, they open up to take sole possession of first place in the North, but they had to do so by beating York, and York has been red hot. So let's see what they had to do. York was quiet early. Southern Maryland, they get spotted a 1-0 lead halfway through this thing now, bottom of the 5th, and then York explodes on them. 6 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th, 1 run in the 7th, 2 in the 8th to cash in a 12-1 win over the Blue Crabs. Goodness. Unfortunately, Carl Bryce just ran out of juice in this one for the Blue Crabs. He opened the game with 4 shutout innings, allowing just 2 singles in those first 4 innings. And then after that, he wouldn't make it past getting 1 out in the 4th, and he allowed 6 runs on 4 hits. And he looked like a totally different pitcher. Not sure what that means. He definitely has stuff until he doesn't. We've seen that a couple of times this year, some great starts. He had a very rough time earlier in the year, but he changed hands, ended up on Southern Maryland. He has looked a lot better. There was no velo drop that we could speak of. There was an interesting pitch to start. The very first pitch of the 5th inning was, as down the middle as down the middle can be without being a donut. And it was called a ball, and I'm not sure if maybe that had him working in off the corners more, feeling like he had to. It seemed to be the only bad call of the inning. It just seemed like a fluke, but maybe that forced him to be throwing some pitches where he normally wouldn't. I don't know what to say there. Maybe it's just people getting more looks at him. But yeah, really went off the rails for Carl Bryce, and what was a really good start through 4 innings there. It's a shame to see. Tough for the Blue Crabs to see as well. So, rough night for the Blue Crabs bullpen also. Baker, Tracy, Strayer, all allowed runs across the board. This thing turned ugly late for the Blue Crabs. On the flip side, how is Austin Nicely still in the Atlantic League? All things considered, his fastball's up at 92. He's playing off the curve and the changeup, looking nice. Sure, he's got a 5.02 FIP, which is not good, but consider the environment he's trying to throw strikes in. Consider the environment he's trying to not give up home runs in between York and a lot of games in Lancaster. And remember that FIP is almost entirely focused on walks, strikeouts, and home runs. So he's really pitching well. His ERA is down to a 3.4 because last night he went 7 2/3, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits. I'm very much on the Austin Nicely bandwagon. If you're looking for me, I'm on the Austin Nicely bandwagon. I'll be enjoying myself. That's all I'm saying on that. For now, I'm sure in about 5 days I'll be pumping him up again. Israel Cruz, he threw a shutout inning in relief. Offensively for York, Carlos Franco, he went 2 for 5 with a home run and 4 RBI. Gregorio had a 3 for 3 day with a walk. Melky Mesa had 3 hits and a walk with a couple of RBI. Just a huge day for York there. Not only did Austin Nicely pitch well, he covered 7 2/3 innings, which is huge considering there is no off day on Monday this week. Austin Nicely gets the game ball. The Blue Crabs remain tied with the Barnstormers for the division lead. York has won 7 out of 10, opening a 28-game stretch of games in their division. They're just 2 games back, with the Ducks only a half game behind them. Really getting to be a very complicated, very tight playoff picture in the North Division. I'll be there tonight, as I said. No Blake Bivens tonight, which I'm crushed about. Whatever, it's fine. Skip your spot. Do what you gotta do, bro. It just hurts me deeply. I'm dead inside, but whatever. In the South Division, the first place Rockers look to extend their 2-game lead over the second place Power, and this one was a war, and this war was good for very entertaining viewing. High Point took a 7-1 lead with 7 runs in the top of the 3rd inning, only to watch the Power answer with 7 runs of their own in the bottom of the 3rd. Mitch Adkins, he wouldn't survive that 3rd inning, but shout out to Max Povsey, who kept grinding, gave up those runs, but would get through 5 innings in this one. Again, all about saving bullpen this week. This would be an extra innings game, good action between these two. Drama late, but the Rockers do what the Rockers do, pushing across 3 runs late to win 12-9 over the Power. Silver linings for West Virginia, Mike Broadway and Maddox Conger, both, by the way, who have tremendous pitching names. They both look good in relief. Miles Williams went 2 for 5 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI, and Jimmy Paredes went 2 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBI. Olmo Rosario and Teodoro Martinez both had 3-hit days. For High Point, with Scully, Hayes, Brazoban, Halban, and Johnson team up for 5 scoreless innings of relief. The bullpen splits the ALPB Roundup game ball. Gio Alfonso hit a 3-run bomb. I think the stat was he hadn't hit a home run like 2 years plus. Then he hits now 2 in his last 28 at-bats. So Gio Alfonso getting after it right now, getting hot at the right time. Steven Cordulo has a 3-hit game, looking great for the Rockers as usual. Finally, in Gastonia, we just talked about the Honey Hunters allowing 118 runs in 9 games. Well, their pitching would give out again tonight as they fall 15-6 to the Legends. Gastonia's hitting has scored over 9 runs per game over their last 10 games. However, their pitching has allowed over 13 runs per game in that stretch, and the Honey Hunters have dropped 8 out of 10, plummeting from the playoff race. They're now 5 back. For Lexington, Courtney Hawkins gets the game ball. 3 bombs on the night for him, walking twice, tallying 5 RBI. Jose Prasino, he homered twice during a 4-hit day. Keon Barnum homered and totaled 3 RBI. Tillman Pugh walked 4 times in 5 plate appearances. Eli Garcia, he pitched well, going 6 innings while holding the Honey Hunters offense to just 2 runs. That's quite an offense, so that's something. Mike Pappy doubled for Gastonia as the team worked 6 runs over 13 innings. They did get it going in the later going once Garcia was out of the game. But Glorious, Callahan, and Peguero wore the worst of it while the team allowed runs in all but the 4th and 5th innings. High Point leads the North now by 3 games as West Virginia will look to narrow the gap tonight. Stay aware of what's going on in the South right now because we have a lot of games of division competition playing each other, and the Rockers are red hot while everyone else is kind of beating each other up. And what you could see here is these teams just taking a toll on each other while the Rockers just stretch their lead. In 2 weeks, we could be talking about how the Rockers are lining up this roster to make their playoff push, not even thinking about whether or not they're even going to win at that point. So they are in danger. If you're in the rest of the division, you are in danger of letting the Rockers just run away. So this will be a very big weekend for the Power, trying to stay in contact with the Rockers. Even taking 1 out of the next 2 will be big for them if they can leave this weekend within 3 games. Meanwhile, Lexington's trying to turn around their brutal start to the second half. And by the way, people forget they didn't end the first half looking very good either. So this has been an extended stretch for the Legends of struggling. They're like 7.5 out right now. It doesn't matter because they're already in the playoffs, but keep an eye on them trying to use the series against Gastonia, who is struggling like no other team has struggled, to maybe turn around their own momentum. So playing to look for. Going to be a fun night. I'll be live being annoying, I'm sure, at the York game. Post I'm bringing a buddy who doesn't watch all that much baseball, so that's going to be exciting for me, trying to explain robo-zones and the double hook DH to someone who does not watch baseball like that. It's going to be something. It's going to be great is what it's going to be. But I will be there, and I'll be probably just hoping to see Matt Latos do something wild at some point, because that's what you do. So until then, I'll probably post a daily roundup tomorrow morning, maybe a quick update tonight after the York game, and I'll be on Instagram, I'm sure, throughout the night as well. That's all I've got for the daily roundup today. Y'all have a good one.